Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on. Sorry, quickly, can I tell you my theory I've got? Is
this your over 30 theory?
Yes, it's my over 30 theory. Listen to this, right? If I was to run a football club, right, I would love to do it a certain model. Is I'd only sign players that are over 30, yeah? They would be on 2-year contracts maximum, keep them hungry as well, but I know that I would only sign the good players. Sorry, the good people, I'd sign the good people.
You're sort of doing what I would see as a sort of a Neil Warnock blueprint.
There you go.
For his earlier manager years when... So it's going to sound really bad. Signing, what I would say, is like the reject. So you're signing people now that have had a bit of a career and either haven't fulfilled it or have gone quiet, have gone cold. So now you pull them in and say, look, can't offer you what you've been getting paid previously, but I'll tell you what, I can offer you an opportunity. Here's a bonus if we do this and this.
And if you've got a point to prove,
to prove.
If you've got a point to prove,
but the character needs to be right.
Yeah.
You need to do your due diligence and make sure that guy isn't going to turn up late.
Down tools.
Yeah, down tools. You need that guy now. He's been desperate for a chance, but no one wants to now because they think he's a has-been.
Yeah.
And I think a lot, like you say, over 30, you would get that. And then more often than not, if you get 2 or 3 of them in the same changing room, they then run your changing room.
Of course they do.
Keep things going the way you want it to. And before you know it, you've got a team of, say, 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, arguably near the best part of the physical condition, maybe just past it. Depends how you look at football now. But it's easy. But the only issue you've got then, you've got to sell to the owner, is that basically when these people are finished with
there's
you,
no saleability.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So,
but wages are down in the first instance.
And where's your club performing?
Yeah.
So you're okay performing in a different division further down, a lower part of the division, but producing 5 million, depends, 5, 10, 15 million pounds worth of talent, and your club's running and the sustainability of your club's brilliant, or you're in the playoff contenders.
Yeah, sure,
and potentially going up a division, or actually you're getting, instead of getting 10,000 people through the turnstiles, you're getting 15.
Yeah.
So there's always pros and cons, and for me, I think the best mixture is a bit of both.
Yeah.
But like you said, I truly believe, well, look what Chelsea have done.
Yeah.
Chelsea have gone pull-ups. Anyone over 28 is not any good.
No. Bunch of kids, though. They've got a bunch of kids.
Which is amazing. But now they've got, when things are going great, you've seen them, they've performed amazing in some games, they'll go and win the game. When things are going bad, you wouldn't, I don't know what the stats are. I can't imagine they've turned many games around this season.
No chance.
I can't imagine they have, because they've not had it yet. They've not had the downfalls and
they haven't had the hits. They haven't taken them hits yet to learn how to deal with them and to turn it around.
But so that's basically what I was dealing with as you get older, and I can understand it because clubs want to make money, and they look at a pattern that maybe other clubs have done higher up than them. Even say if you look at Brentford's got to be the one because they've gone through the divisions and they've got younger players in and sold them on continually. Brighton, you could say the same. They've gone through the divisions, and that's what I think too many clubs are trying to copy. When you've got to realise where you are in the country, what you can attract, and what do you actually want to do. Is it you want to be the best you can as a club, or are you just a developing club?
Yeah.
Or do you know, like, so I agree with you, but it'd be hard to have everyone over 30, but I think there's got to be an element of...
So are we starting this veterans team or not?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, definitely.
But look at what Luton have done, right? It does make me smile, and I know maybe Ross Barkley's a slightly different circumstance, but look at what Chelsea have spent, right?
Yeah.
And now there's talk of Ross Barkley getting into the England team. I saw an article this morning about him, Ratcliffe wanting him at Man United. And you do kind of scratch your head. But I want to talk about this release list. So this release list, Phil, is this, you said about it being released at a certain date. Does this get circulated around every professional club?
Yeah, so I think it's more to do, you know, when a person either is offered a contract or not offered a contract, they're going to turn it down. So the clubs need to put in writing and send it to the FA or wherever it is. It's basically, we've either offered this person a contract. Because don't forget, you can get offered a contract at the end of the season, and it can be all summer whether they decide whether they're going to take it or then. Especially younger players, if it's going to be compensation, younger players go abroad. So there's no compensation. There's so many different things. But as far as the older players go, it's to let every other club know that basically they're available for free. So now they can't get done for tapping up or, do you know, anything like that. It's basically, we've almost washed our hands of them. They're free to speak to whoever they want to. There's no coming back from it.
So if you're like a championship club or something like that, or a club with limited resources, that's your shopping list.
Oh,
that's a shopping list.
But you also know that it's not just come to yours and then you're going to have to, you get the same day as everyone.
Yeah.
But that's what happens at even under 15s, under 16s, under whatever, they have to do the same. As a young kid, it's obviously worse because you imagine how many bits of poaching and stuff they're getting.
Yeah, I bet.
So if they give the release list, and a lot of them I know because my son's doing it under 16s, they give you before Christmas. If he hits fire after Christmas, they can't all of a sudden turn around and say, no, I want to release him. We want to keep him, offer him something. But he's decided to go somewhere else. And they'd be trying to get compensation off the club that are trying to take. Do you know? So it's just they're trying to make it as open and as honest as possible at every level, that basically make a decision. You want the player, you don't want the player. If you want the player, then that might be a bit more complicated. But if you don't, that's him. You have to hand in his player registration, and then he's available. And like you say, if you're on a budget, especially now we're starting up our own team, we'll wait for that list and we'll just highlight everyone who's over 30, and then that's where we go and buy
the good lad list.
Exactly, yeah.
I've got a question for you both, right? Let's say 39, 40 years old. At that point in your career, would you trial for a team? Would you go and train for a week
I
with
did
a
at
team?
Derby.
You did?
I did technically. I didn't go there I went there to do pre-season, and for me to look at them as much as them to look at me. But
Okay.
it was the easiest trial because without being nasty, I didn't really care the outcome. If that was me done, I'd an okay career, it was fine. But this last time round, I wasn't prepared to go on trial.
Right.
I'd done 90 games. That's 45 games a season for 2 seasons.
Yeah, you've shown it.
There's
You've shown
enough
you can do it.
footage there. Either
Yeah.
I was good or I was bad or I was whatever. I wasn't prepared to. Whereas previously, you couldn't get me to play 3 games on the spin, in the last couple of years. So I understood where it was. But there, I was like, what do I need to prove? And the way the world is as well at the moment, we all wear GPS for training, for games and all sorts. So if I've got to go and get something sent from Stoke to whatever, they can send it and they can see exactly. I think I was, this is a funny stat, I didn't think I'd be used to, I think I was 3rd highest on availability list at Stoke last season. 85% availability.
Right.
And I'm 40.
Yeah.
I played, so it wasn't like I was available, and the only reason I didn't get injured was because I didn't play.
Oh.
So
It's
my availability was, so I probably had, I think I had either an ankle knock and I think I had a hamstring strain last.
Yeah.
I missed 4 games.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.